All right, this is part two of the video. Like I said, I don't want to make them too big because it takes me forever. The internet is very slow, and Canvas has a lot of users right now, so it is very slow. But the next couple of slides are going to be talking about the different listening responses that you can give. These will be situational and depending on the person. The first one could be prompting. This is where you prompt a person to speak. So you set them up. You may ask them a question. You went to the store and then? So you can get them to, well, what else happened? Well, what do you think happened? This also goes with questioning, sincere and counterfeit. Sincere questions is when you ask questions that deal with their feelings. Counterfeit, of course, are just the standard ones like, what happened next? Like, whoa, dude, far out. Whatever. Paraphrasing is just where you reply to the person, but you reword what they've said, but in your own words. So, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you went to the store. You make it quick and whatever. Remember, you will always have what's called factual information and personal information, depending on the person. Remember, men are more factual, women talk more about their feelings, so they're going to have more personal. So, depending on the gender here, they may stress these things out a little bit more. The second one is supporting. This is always given by women. Women give supporting responses. The types of support they provide each other is empathizing, agreement, offers to help, praise, and reassurance. Emphasizing, oh, I've been there. I know exactly what you're going through. Agreement, oh, you did the right thing. I would have done the same thing as you. Offers to help, oh, next time this happens, call me. I'll help you. I've been there. I know what it's like. Just call me. I'll help you. Praise, you did the right thing. You did good. You handled the situation well. Reassurance, oh, it's not the first time. You're not the only person who's ever gone through this. It happens to everybody. What you want to do is avoid cold comfort. Cold comfort is where you deny the person their feelings, their rights, their whatever. Okay, so somebody tells you this big old story of like, oh, my first puppy, it died, and it was a golden retriever, and blah, blah, and you, oh, you had a golden retriever? You just ignored the whole emotional process. So make sure that cold comfort, you don't ignore something that they're trying to do. They may even tell you flat out, hey, you're not taking this serious. This is important to me. Listen. Of course, not everybody's going to tell you that from the beginning. It would help if they did, but they don't. So, you got to avoid that. Don't ignore, don't pay attention to the stuff that's not important, okay? Or don't downplay somebody's feelings. This talks about listening. The thing you need to remember, though, is we are all human beings. We all like to vent. We all like to vent. A student just a little while ago sent me an email, and I pretty much vented to him in the email talking about people are slowing down my damn internet playing video games. And he's just a student, which thanks, Albert, shout out. But, I realize now when I sent him that email, I was just venting because I was cranky and annoyed. And we need that as human beings. All of us do that. Sometimes we just want to get something off our chest and we do it without even realizing it. We don't want anybody to agree with us. We don't want anybody to offer us help. We just want to vent and get something off. So you need to remember that. So there are times when your friends or your people you're talking to are just venting. They're not looking for anything, encouragement, agreement. They just want to vent and get it over with. The next listening type is analyzing. And this is just basically analyzing why did this happen? Why do you think this happened? This tends to be more women as well. Women want to understand why did this happen? Why did he break up with me? Why did he say this? Why did he do that? Why would he do this? He likes me. Why is he acting this way? Men, remember to us it's more factual. She don't like you. Boom, we're done. She don't like me. The hell with her. Move on. Women want to understand why. So analyzing this is done typically more by women. Again, the same thing. Remember when you're looking at the guidelines, again, people sometimes just want to vent. They don't want you to truly help them or anything. Advising, now this tends to be more men. Men tend to be more, when a man talks to another man about his problems, he's usually looking for advice. He's looking for solutions. He's looking for help. Okay? If I were to call Albert and tell him, Albert, this happened to me, blah, blah, blah. And Albert turns around and says, well, Simon, how'd that make you feel? I'm probably going to punch him in the throat because who cares what I feel? I'm not telling you this because I want to talk about my feelings. I'm telling you this because I need help. Okay? So be careful with this because sometimes, again, people want to just vent, get things off their chest. Is the advice coming from an expert? You got to be careful with this. I've never been married. People ask me all the time about marriage advice, and I'm just like, don't get married. It's stupid. Be single. Power to you. If you don't like being by yourself, then who the hell else is going to want to be with you? So don't ask me about that. I don't know. Children. People ask me all the time, my child does this. What does it mean? You guys know how I feel about children. Give them NyQuil. Puts them to sleep for 4 hours. Peace and quiet. So again, do not ask me that kind of stuff. Pay attention to who you're talking to. Okay? So always be aware when you are asking for advice. Is the person trusted? Is it going to be come to you in a sensitive manner? Sometimes we want to hear the best friend answer. We just want people to tell us, yeah, you're cool, go on. We don't want to hear the truth as human beings. So be careful because someone like me will tell you the truth. You're stupid and you deserve what happened to you. We don't want to hear that. Even I, as jolly as I am, don't want to hear the truth sometimes. Sometimes I want to be lied to and be told, yes, there is more cake. Don't worry about it. The next response is judging. Judging is a man, more male characteristic. We're looking for constructive criticism. Yes, we have egos. Some of us have bigger egos than others, overinflated egos. So be sensitive. Ladies, never tell a man something that he's talking about, no matter how stupid it sounds to you. Remember, to him, it could be important. So don't ever belittle him. Don't ever make him feel bad. Because again, he's not going to share his deepest thoughts with you if you keep telling him it's stupid. Okay? Now, this is where men and women will come into play. Men like advice, judging. Women want supportive. So now when a man talks to a woman, he's going to be looking for advice. He's going to talk to her and tell her, I got home early today. What does she look for? Why? To him, it's a fact. I got home early. What do you mean, why? What difference does it make? What matters is I'm home early. And she doesn't understand that. She wants to know, why did you come home early? Who cares? I'm home early. And then she gets mad, and you never talk to me. You never share anything with me. It's because he wasn't looking for supporting responses or anything. He was telling you a fact. Women, you talk to a man. You go in there and you just want somebody to be empathetic and to understand you. Men are going to be more willing to give advice. So you go in there and tell him a problem. He's going to try to solve the solution for you. And then you get mad and I'm a grown woman. I don't need your help. Why are you trying to solve my problems? And he's sitting there like, what the hell? Then why are you telling me your problems? So you need to be careful when you have opposite sexes talking to each other. A man's going to give you the response he thinks another man needs. A woman's going to give you a response she thinks another woman. Okay? So remember when you're talking to the opposite sex, be careful because this is where it hits the fan. There are 4 things you need to consider, of course, is gender. Just like I said, when you're talking to a man, he's going to want man responses. When you're talking to a woman, she's going to want a woman response. What is the situation? There are times where I just frankly don't care, and I don't have time for your problems. I got my own. So there are some situations where I don't want to hear your drama. I got bigger problems. Your problems are stupid. Leave me alone. Sometimes the situation is just out of your control and there's nothing you can do to help the person. The other person, you have to be careful. There are some people I consider sheep who you tell them one simple thing and they will go do it. And then what happens when it goes horribly wrong? They come back and they blame you. And they're like, you told me to do this, now fix it. So if you are bad at giving advice, maybe you shouldn't give advice. Shut up. If you're not a good listener, maybe you shouldn't try to fake it. Maybe you should just be like, look, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it or I don't care. Your personal style. This is where things can go wrong. I told you I'm blunt. My friends now tell me, Simon, I just need you to shut up and listen. And I'm like, okay. Simon, I need you to lie to me. Okay. Simon, I need you to tell me the truth. Are you sure? So I know me, so be careful with this. If you are not the type of person who can't give advice, if you're too blunt, if you're too hurtful, be careful, okay? I just love this picture. Look at her face, the way she's looking at this dude, like, oh my God. All right. All right, I'm going to end this video now so it doesn't get too big. I just have one last part that I will share with you guys.